Hey, Randy. Let me get, Nancy, would you mind getting Reverend Sunshine Daye in here so we can sound check her? Thank you. Good, now we'll go. No, we're going to get her flyer. No, she's not using the handheld, she's using the... We're matching. You're matching. No, he fixed it. Too bad you had to go so fast because I could have given you, John went and got a whole bunch of donut holes. Stand by. Oh. There she is. Is it turned on? The power on? Oh, well, unmute it. There you go, talk. You sure everything's on? Or the battery? Well,
Reverend Rambo's mic, there we go.
there we are.
Elemental P, Q, R, S, S,
You don't
T,
have to mute it, he'll mute it.
T, U, V.
You don't have to touch it.
I'll be in the bathroom, you hear it. Elemental P. Don't try to kid the kid you want to kid, because the kid you want to kid can't
We have
kid.
a special song that has your name in it.
Uh-oh. We love you. All right. I think if you can hear me, clap once.
Yeah, we can hear you.
If you can hear me, clap 2 times. Okay. I'm good. Yes.
I'll meet you down here.
Yes, please.
You want to cut that? John? Why is that?
Oh, I'm just tuning it.
I want to do the E minor thing. Where's Bob again?
He's got to be here by 10:20.
Cheryl's gonna sing on Lynn's mic. On Lynn's mic. Just so you know. Well, Steve, we should probably be playing something. Our big. Oh, and by the way, whoever moved all the sound down, were you here? Everything was on. All our music was done. No one was in. And so we almost didn't have it in the service. We went on everything. Thank God he knows what he's doing. We couldn't find cables. We couldn't find it. Get in here. You need to be here by 10:20. Okay? Yes. No, because we can't look. It was too late to play a song. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's pointless.
You were pointless to play music.
Testing, testing.
But you stop. Not even close. Good morning. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Right on. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. But no, I can't. Oh, yeah.
He's working. Good morning, Simi Valley.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley. Our home, becoming more decorated as we speak. This is between wind and rain. Nature has its way of pointing out, hey, maybe we need to work on this. So as we continue to remember and know what we want to experience from this center, let's add in no leaky roofs and, other things. Just really see it and love it. See it and love it, whether it's here or somewhere else. What I'm reminded of is home is where the heart is, and all of you are the heart. So thank you. So another thing, as you may notice, I am still not Reverend Stephen, but he has brought us a wonderful guest speaker, and I'm naming her now, and you'll see her later, Reverend Sunshine Daye, who's actually looking around wondering who it is. So I'm very grateful for her presence.
Thank you.
And Reverend Stephen is in recovery mode, getting better as we speak. Just continue to send those loving hugs and prayers, knowing that he's moving through it successfully. Just as everyone else is who's experiencing anything they want to move through, okay? All right, so I think that brings us to the usual next part, our vision and mission statement, which we get to say together. We're community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are. That's why we're here. And here's what we do. And hallelujah, I get to hand off the microphone.
Not for too long. It's so wonderful to be back and see all your beautiful, shining, loving faces. And what we do is prayer treatment, and that's what we're going to do right now. So join me in consciousness. There's only one power, one presence, one divine love, one divine essence in and through everything, in and through each and every one of us, the seen and the unseen. There's nowhere that God is not. So knowing that, I know in this moment that we all are radiating that love. We are feeling that presence. Here and out in the ethers, on the internet, everywhere, we're inviting everyone that is tuning in this moment to feel that love, feel that essence of life that is your very breath, your very heartbeat. And knowing that, we come together this morning, knowing that this service is divine, that the message this morning is for each and every one of us. It falls on our hearts, our open, receptive hearts. And I know the music uplifts and elevates us, for Darius Lux and the band are amazing. So knowing all of that, we know we have come here this moment to be in community, to be one. So knowing that, I am so grateful. I know we are all grateful for this center, for Reverend Stephen. We send him so much love in this very moment. We miss him. We know he will be back with us right here very soon. And so knowing that, we let it be. And we all say together, and so it is.
Stand and join our congregational song.
So, are there any kids in the house today? Okay, I see the adult ones.
Thank you, Cheryl.
I knew people were ready to do that, and although at this precise moment, I see one.
Yeah!
There's Luke, and there I know there's a Jude and a Bryce. So we have 3 kids. So while Nancy tells you her word, I'm going to follow the kids.
We're so grateful today to have some cosmic kids.
Yeah!
I don't know where mine went, but my grandson Bryce is here.
Yeah.
He's 8 and he's already heading back. So anyway, you know, my daughter Andrea, who's here this morning, who I think is somewhere, I can't see her. She was raised in this teaching in this church and was back from the age of 2 with Dr. Susan. And she probably doesn't want me to tell you she just turned 37, but I will. So I was looking for a reading, and I thought, well, you had like 3 or 4 picked out last week, and you only got to 1. So I thought, there's one that I really love that I didn't get to read, so I think it's perfect that I'm going to read it today. So it's from a book that's called What Do I Need to Know? She's a Center for Spiritual Living minister in Kauai. Her name is Reverend Rita Andriello Farron, and she wrote this book, and it's a beautiful little book of 101 things, just her musings and bloggings, and so this is the one that I thought was beautiful for today. Henry David Thoreau wrote, "Many men go fishing their whole lives and find it was never fish they were after." I am resonating with this quote today. What do we want that we are disguising as something else in our quest to get it? I bring my attention to my own life. It all began in 1998 when I embarked on the journey of embodying the science of mind principles. I had experienced many different spiritual journeys in my life, like many of us, from being born a Catholic to a hippie culture of the 60s, to practicing Mormonism, to crystals and New Age, to being agnostic. It was the day I let go of everything that I truly began to realize that it wasn't religion I was after. It was a sense of peace and well-being. Isn't this what we all want as human beings on this planet? Do we want to feel safe, to love and be loved, to feel we are not alone, and to feel we are part of something greater than what might be presenting itself in our lives? We might disguise all this in the form of different religions, ideologies, social clubs, and groups, and find ourselves fishing for the right one. However, when this longing is broken down, what I find is whatever I am looking for is right here where I am. I'm not going to find it out there. And for that matter, it never was taken away and never can be taken away. As the Persian poet Rumi wrote, "What you seek is seeking you." This is why I have embraced the science of mind philosophy. It never tried to sell me anything. It gave me the path back to myself. By studying it and practicing it, I have come to know that all that I could ever desire in the way of peace and love is right where I am. I have taken my own power back, my own mind back, my own volition to live my life as I desire. Nothing that I am equal to everything showing up. There's only spirit, which is love, and a law of cause and effect that is exact. This also resides within me and connects me to everything. What goes out must come back. I am on a journey of unfoldment and expansion. I am open at the top. We know who said that. Ernest Holmes. Which means that there is always more to learn. There is always more expansion. There is always an opening to more and more inspiration from within. I am open at the top of my crown chakra, the portal where I am connected to the infinite space of divine energy that intuits through me as me. We do not make energy, create it, or give it to others. We open up to what is already here. And so, I love living free of dogma. I love knowing that I have the freedom to fall and get back up again. I am grateful to feel the eternality of my soul. I am grateful to live in peace, knowing that if all structure was to fall away, the truth would still exist. I am a spiritual being living in a spiritual universe governed by my use of the law of cause and effect. And so it is.
Thank you, Nancy. As Nancy mentioned in her opening treatment, we've got Darius Lux in the house this morning. The one and only.
That's right.
Good morning, how are you feeling today?
Good.
Good? Yes, it's a beautiful one out there, isn't it? This first song is an original song, and it's called Listen, You Already Know. So much information getting in the way. So many things to do, so many calls to make. Don't know my left from right, but up and down, and I just wanna tear it all apart. Make a brand new start. Too many TV screens and magazines in my face. Feel like I'm sinking, that I'm lost without a trace. What are we all looking at? Where should I go to find a little space to find my very own place? If you just listen, already know. So won't you listen? Know where to go. Listen to your inner voice. Hear the beat of your heart. Free to make your own choice. There's so much rushing, it's really in speed. So much talking, but I really didn't. I feel like hitting out and screaming loud, but I don't wanna hurt nobody close. It's when I need to listen most, is when you listen, already know. So won't you listen, know where to go. Listen to your inner voice, hear the beat of your heart, free to make your own choice. So many people are gonna tell you what to do. So won't you listen? Thank you.
Darius Lux.
Wow, was that the perfect song to lead us into the God awareness place? Listen to your own inner voice. That's what we do in the gap. We just get silent and we let that deep, still voice speak to us, the truth. So we're going to go in. I'm going to ring the gong, and in 3 minutes, Sherry will bring us out. I love when she brings us out of that 3-minute meditation. So as you know, we encourage everyone in the center to practice some form of meditation. It doesn't have to be sitting in the silence. It can be walking in nature, just breathing consciously as often as we can. Just find a practice that works for you. It will really change your life. I just was looking at the order of service and I was too busy talking about cosmic kids and I didn't have us say our affirmation. John, do you have it to put up? Or would I just thought, I didn't remember us saying the affirmation. And it's pretty short and sweet, I think. I'm wondering if I had it up here, I could, but it's not on. Oh, beautiful. See how easy that is? I'll read it and then we'll read it together. My ID equals divinely human. Together, my ID equals divinely human. And so it is.
So it is.
This is a song by Harold Payne. In the stillness, in the silence, feel the sacred surrounding me. I surrender to this moment. I open up and I find peace in the stillness, in the silence. Feel the love inside of me. I surrender to this moment. I open up and I find peace. Let my soul speak with each heartbeat, with every breath I take. In the stillness, in the silence, I feel the light inside of me. I surrender to this moment. I open up and I find peace. Let my soul speak with each heartbeat, with every breath I take. In the stillness, in the silence, I feel the Spirit surrounding me. I surrender to this moment. I open up and I find peace. I open up and I find me.
Hi, everybody. What a great day. That's my last name, too. I greet you in love, knowing that right where you are, God is. And I got to tell you, I am already feeling so full with all the meditation and the hugs and the love that I feel generating from you to me, I trust that you feel the love that I am generating right back. So welcome. Welcome to today. We've never had today. We've never lived today. I mean, so many times we take it for granted that, oh, it's Sunday. We're going to go hang out at the Simi Valley Center for Spiritual Living. We're going to do our Sunday thing. But we've never lived today. What a gift. A gift that they call the present, right? Yeah. So I welcome you to today. My talk today is Real ID. And I love interactive center. I like interactive center, so play with me. Thank you. So yeah, my talk today is Real ID. So who has one? Look at all you traveling folks.
I have a passport.
You have a passport, yeah. You know, the purpose of the Real ID is to make traveling easier so that you don't necessarily have to carry a California ID or California's driver's license and a passport. You can just show your Real ID and the feds know who you are. As a matter of fact, I actually wonder if the feds know who you really are. I actually wonder if you know who you really are. And I'm not going to place a wager on this, but I might bet that some of us easily forget. Everybody do this with me. That's forget in sign language. It's like the wiping away of the mind, right? Of the brain. We forget. We forget. And so for those of you with a Real ID or those of you with a regular ID, it doesn't really matter. I have a question for you. Look at me and shout out, and I won't be offended. I won't. I mean, I won't be offended. What do you see? Beauty, adorable. Authenticity, love. Dang, you mean I spent a lot of money on this and y'all don't see this?
I love the purple.
Thank you. Thank you. So if we were to actually take out my California driver's license, my Real ID, what would it tell you about who I am? How old I am? Thank you very much. Much kinder people would have said how young you are, but okay, I'll take that. Just saying. No extra prayer for you later on. What else might my ID tell you? Where I live, my height, my birthday, my weight, right? Maybe my weight. It might be a lie. It might have been my Facebook weight, you know? What I want you to think I weigh. Yeah. It might even tell you like the color of my eyes even, right? Yeah. If I wear glasses or not. If I'm a donor or not. Yeah. And a lot of people believe that that's who we are. The demographics. That's just what I look like. Exactly. That's just the flesh suit that I am occupying in this moment. Or as I like to call them, my accessories. Right? It tells me my gender, male or female, right? It has all of that. My name. Yeah. And so I want to talk about, is it then a real ID? This must be the advanced group. I wish Rambo would have told me. I'd have prepared something a little more. It's not my real ID, though the world would have me think that it is. And how many times are we caught up in the world of effects where we think we are our class, meaning our address? Oh, I live in this part of town. Or I don't want you to know what part of town I live in. How often do we get caught up in our age in terms of whether we're in that age group that has more advantages than others? How often do we get caught up in what we're wearing or what we're driving or our status in our neighborhoods, in our centers? How often do we get caught up in, I'm a student, I'm a practitioner, I'm a reverend, I'm the spiritual leader, I'm the Pope, the president, the mom, the doctor, the dad, the musician? How often do we allow our titles to separate us? Is it our real ID? Or have we forgotten who we really are? You see, the world will have me think that if I drive a particular car, that if I drink a particular drink, that if I keep my pinky up while I'm drinking, that I've arrived. And that's why we come to spiritual communities like this one, to be reminded of the deeper truth and to actually reveal that truth and to recognize that the flesh suits that we occupy are simply the accessories, and yet they are also the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent, powerful way that God shows up in human form. So yeah, when you see me, you're looking at the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent, abundant, perfect, whole, divine way God shows up. Look at God. But how often can you really say, look at God? Look at God. Oh, look at God. Maybe when we're hanging out with our four-leggeds or the grandbabies. Sometimes it's easier, right? Because, you know, they're easily manipulated. And we can get them to do things our way so they don't inconvenience us. But not so much when it's the person who sleeps next to you, who annoys you sometimes. The person who's always late, the person you work with, the person who cut you off coming to the spiritual community just this morning. Usually we don't say, look at God. Usually when we turn on the television, and we're seeing what's happening in the world, we don't usually say, look at God. We say, look at the devil. Thank you. What evil? What are they doing? What idiots? And other choice words that are so far from God, right? So what happens? Who are we hurting and who is harmed when we have those quick thoughts? When we have those kinds of conversations? When we're engaging in gossip and backbiting? Who is harmed by that kind of talk, behavior, view, perspective? So I see a lot of people pointing here. Is that it? Everybody. We all are impacted. You see, because I'm not separate from you. And the moment that I have those thoughts, beliefs, and ideas, those thoughts come with a feeling. Either I love you because of it, or I don't like you, you're evil, there's the devil. We begin to steep ourselves in the idea and the belief of separation, and separation is an illusion. There is nothing that separates you from God itself. Your real ID is the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent, powerful, precious, abundant way that God shows up. And to the degree in which you begin to do what it takes to forget all the things that we've been taught from childhood up until today, and actually become steeped in knowing your real ID, until you know who you really are, you can't really know who I am. Even though, thank you for saying that I'm precious and beautiful and lovely, and right? But if I don't know who I am, how can I really know who you are? And that's why it's so important to recognize the one power, one presence, one life that has created everything out of itself. It wasn't like there's some power and magnificent presence and it had this like garage that it likes to tinker in. And oh, let me go create something, you know. No. This infinite intelligence, this perfection, this wholeness, this abundance, this peace, this power, through some act of involution, created. Because it was the only thing, it was the only essence, the only power, the only presence around. There wasn't God and another or something else. So this power and presence created out of itself. And as it created out of itself, it can only create that which it is. And so here we are. We're the unique, unrepeatable way that God shows up, that Spirit shows up, that this life essence show up. Whatever you call it, I like calling it life. This life essence is right where you are. And nothing can separate you from life, not even death. All we're simply doing is abandoning the flesh suit. Because we are eternal, as the creative intelligence is eternal. But the things that stop us from recognizing this truth about ourselves and about one another is me. What am I? Here's learning. This is learning, like from a book, learning, but also learning from within, right? Listening, like Darius' song. When we listen, we get to know who we truly are. So when I begin to learn and learn who I really am, when I begin to listen, when I begin to surround myself by love-minded people, not just like-minded people, because otherwise if we're all like-minded, where's the new thought come from? Right? As we surround ourselves with love-minded people, as we begin to encourage one another with our words, as we begin to recognize the truth of who we are, we begin to see from the eyes of spirit, from the eyes of life. I get to recognize that our accessories, our accoutrements, the things that describe this flesh suit, are just descriptors. And then I don't get to trip about what title I have, because I know that my true title is humanly divine and divinely human. That I'm the way that spirit and that life shows up in human form, just the way that spirit shows up as these magnificent trees and animals and all of life. That's life showing up in that particular form. So when we begin to recognize that there's nothing that separates us from life itself, and we begin to then live from that place, wow, all of a sudden life is sweeter. All of a sudden I'm not acting in ways that are silly or discriminatory. But I get an opportunity to live from this place of love, and I get to see God as you. All of a sudden forgiveness is a thing, because we're all on our various stages of this unfoldment, of this awakening to our spiritual magnificence. And so it is to that I speak to today, encouraging us, as has already been said, not only into a meditation practice, but also into a prayer practice. An affirmative prayer practice. You know, our affirmative prayer is pretty much 5 steps, and it's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. I like using my hand because I take my hand everywhere I go, and if we're fortunate enough to have a hand, you know, I start with my pinky. It's got, you know, these 3 little areas here, right? It just reminds me of all, A-L-L. I want to protect my pinky and recognize that God is all there is. And then, of course, I use my left hand because my left hand is usually the marriage hand, right? And then I'm remembering that with this next finger, God and I are one. In other words, we're married. There's nothing that can separate us. God and I are one. We're unified. There's nothing that separates me from this power and presence. And then in my spiritual mind treatment, I make a tall order. I wonder what y'all thought I was going to say for this finger, right? Right? Mm-hmm. I saw some of the eyes was like, uh-oh, what's she going to say? Is she going to give it to us now? No, please do not make a tall order when someone cuts you off. This is where I make a tall statement. That which I want to experience, that which I want to remind myself of. That's step 3 in our spiritual mind treatment, right? And then I get grateful. I point to the things that I'm grateful for, that gratitude. I'm grateful for the realization of this truth. I'm grateful that this is the truth for my life. Then I let it go. I let it go. Right? And so what that might look like as I am praying about my real ID, I recognize that there's one power, one presence, one life, that it's God. That it's all that there really is. And I recognize that my life is the life of God in human form. And so my prayer is that I remember my real ID and that I don't fall short into beliefs of behaviors and of separation, of doubt, of lack, of limitation, but that I actually realize my wholeness, my divine perfection, my peace, my power. And then I give thanks. I give thanks that this is the truth, and I give thanks that when it happens, I start pointing it out. Yes, there it is with my pointer. I point to the thanksgiving. Then I release this word into the activity of the law because it's already done. Jesus the Christ said, pray believing that it is done. It is done unto you as you believe. And so I let that be my prayer. And I let that be my work on a daily basis. Didn't even take 3 minutes. But as I remind myself of the truth of who I am and stop letting the media tell me who I am, and stop letting my neighbor tell me who I am, but I begin to be still and silent and engage in this spiritual mind treatment, and I'm reminded of who I am. I remind you of who you are. I remind you of who you are in you. That as these become my words, I allow them to be the words of encouragement for you, because as I know that this is my truth, I know that this is your truth too. Therefore, completing our affirmation for today, my ID, who I am, is divinely human. Who you are is divinely human. And to the degree in which we remember that and participate in knowing that for ourselves, we get to know it for this spiritual community. So I'm going to invite us into a time of revealing prayer. And I simply invite you now to just open up, just to allow yourself to relax. Because what I know about God is what Sade said a long time ago. God is a smooth operator. I like smooth. And so I just enter into that smoothness, that everybody say that with me. There is one power, one presence, one life. That life is God. Known by many, many names: Spirit, Baha'u'llah, Yahweh, Allah, Jehovah, Jesus, life itself, Mother, Earth, Father, Sky, infinite intelligence. Whatever it is that we call it, we simply just recognize and put everything aside right now and recognize this power and presence that is eternal, that is love, that is joy, that is peace, that is wholeness, that is perfect. And recognizing that it has created everything out of itself. Everything has been created out of itself. I am that creation. Therefore, I am the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent way that Spirit shows up. And as I know that this is my truth, I know that this is the truth for everyone, especially the Simi Valley Center for Spiritual Living, especially each and every one within the sound of my voice. That all life is the unique, unrepeatable way that God shows up. And so it is from this place of oneness, from this place of peace, from this place of power that I simply speak this revealing word now, simply calling forth that as the activity of our living, that the fullness of God is being expressed in, through, and as each and every one of us. That where there appears to be lack and limitation, that the revealing of abundance, of an overflow, of plenty, of plenitude, of enough is present. And that any idea of lack or limitation now falls by the wayside and it returns into the nothingness from which it came. That where there is the appearance of sickness or illness or lack, that the truth behind all of that is that there is wholeness. And so I'm simply calling forth that wholeness is being revealed in, through, and as each and everybody's body temple. That our minds are renewed now, and that we are made whole. We are made whole by the renewing of our minds, because that is already the truth of who we are. That where there is doubt or fear or anxiety or depression or strife, that appearance is simply just an appearance, and that the wholeness and the perfection of Spirit of God that is our very nature is now revealing itself, and that anything that appears like depression or anxiety or fear or strife is now eliminated, and that the joy of God, that the peace of God, that the intelligence of God, that the wisdom of God, that the power of God is now fully revealing itself in, through, and as anywhere where this has occurred. And because I pray believing it is done, I simply give thanks. I give thanks for the answered prayer. I give thanks for the reunion of families. I give thanks that we're being restored, that we are awakening to the truth of who we are, that the spiritual magnificence that is our birthright is now being revealed fully. And so I give thanks. I give thanks for where this lack and limitation and sickness has appeared, because it gives us the opportunity to know a greater truth, to have that greater truth revealed, to say, oh, wait a minute, I've been believing in less than, instead of really knowing my fullness and my wholeness. Let me get on that prayer mat right now. And so as we are on this prayer mat right now, we give thanks for the revelation of the truth of our bodies, of our minds, of our emotions, of our health, of our community, of our planet, of our world. We see a world that is awakening to the spiritual magnificence, and that we're coming together in peace, calling forth peace, peace of mind, peace in our bodies, peace in our country, peace in our world. Calling forth a love-minded community, that we come together and actually celebrate our differences, and that we recognize that these differences are God-given, that we're not meant to be alike. That's why nobody is alike. That's why nobody is the same. But yet we are the unique and unrepeatable, magnificent way that Spirit shows up in human form. And for this and so much more, I give thanks. I release this revealing prayer. I release this word right now into the activity of the law. It's just like planting a seed. I leave that seed be right there. I give thanks for its manifestation and its beauty and its fulfillment. And I let it be. I let it be by saying, and now it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Know that you are loved.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Reverend Stephen's pretty amazing in who he chooses to replace him on the podium, huh? Yeah. Thank you. And it's distracting me from what's next? Oh, it's that time again. I like to do it in decorated envelopes. How do you like to do it? Well, here's choices. You visit the website. You text the word give, you can call the office, you can just simply put cash or a check in, or go find someone to run your credit card. And there's even some kind of reference to PayPal, which you'll see in the ads that come next. So, as often happens at this moment, the next thing we do is this affirmation, which I call prayer, and I actually have memorized this and use it. And where you fill in, I call this filling in the gap, whatever you need about whoever, fill it in and say it with heart. So let's say it together with heart and soul. Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for the Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, and the world now. Divine love is victorious. Yes. And please listen to lovely music and lovely ads.
It's already been spoken this morning so eloquently that it's all love. It's all love in action. It's coming in through infinite sources. And we know and bless all of these sources of love that lift up our community and spill over into the greater community. And I just know it's so, and I'm so thankful, and I let it be so. And so it is.
So it is. Come on back up, Darius. This song is dedicated to our guest speaker.
Yes.
Got her name in it. No. I'm drawing the line.
Yes, me and Sherry have been going back and forth on what song to pick, and there were two reasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
The weather and our guest speaker.
Uh-huh.
So if you don't get it now, I can't help you.
Sunshine Daye.
It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is a rainbow Thank you. And thank you for your talking, for inspiring that.
Thank you, Darius. Thank you very much. And if you would like to take him home with you,
Yeah.
there's CDs out there that he's willing to sell to you, please. One of the things that I got distracted enough that I didn't mention, but was huge for me, even though I wasn't there, is how many went to the sound bath? Oh, good. That was my next question. How was it? Well, a special thanks to Danny, who put it all together for us, and the people that helped her. So, thank you very much. And now on to the other gratitudes. So we thank Linda Moore and Mona for their greeting team work, for Ron Young for service and stage, because, you know, he did lots of things today, as usual. You know, he's so helpful. Oh, okay, never mind. Live stream video is Gregory, which we can't really see what he's doing, but he's doing it. And then John, thank you, from doing the slides in the back there. And Reverend Nancy Fuller for her wonderful presence as our practitioner of the day. And the Soul Purpose Band with Sherry Deeds, Steve Fowler, Bob Townley, Randy Jones, and our lovely S of the L's, Cheryl. No, I said S. I said S. Stupendous, superior. Okay, think of other S words, please. Hurry. No. Okay. Stupendous, thank you. That's good. Special, yay. Okay, and our Cosmic Kid Guardian, Kathy Burt. Yell it. Yay, Kathy. And the Cosmic Kids that came and joined us today. Yes. And apparently Cheryl and Kathy are doing double duty by helping the office. So thank you for that. They'll find their way there eventually because they're busy at the moment. Okay. Oh, I get to invite Reverend Nancy up. That's good. Okay.
So we just want to, again, remind you this Friday night, we had something last Friday night, we're having something again this Friday night, we're having the band, oh here it is, special musical event, Friday night concert from 7 to 9 with our own John Bellis and his Julian Bellis, Lynn Maxon, Greg Suffolk, and Randy Jones. So just come and let's party down on Friday night, right? I also want to say, as practitioner of the day, I'll be at the exit sign for anyone that wants prayer treatment in the treatment room. Dee is also here today, and John and Mary Ann for treatments. These are practitioners with our center. TikTok, Rev, there we go. At Rev. I can't even say it, but you know who it is, and that's the important thing. Follow him. So I think that's it, other than, yeah, let's do it.
So guess what's next? You get to stand up and let's do our benediction together. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love.
Love be with you, peace unfold you, spirit lift you, breathe it in, truth come through you, make it flow to you, let joy renew you, till we meet again. Love be with you, oh, love With each day comes a new way of loving you. And every time I see your face, my mind starts to wander. And if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but darling, not as much as tomorrow. Tomorrow's day means springtime's just a day away. And Cupid, we don't need you now, be on your way. I thank the Lord for love like ours that grows ever stronger. I always will be true. I know you feel the same way too. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but only half as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but only half as much as tomorrow. Every day's a new day. Every time I love you, every day's a new way. Ooh, every time I love you, every day's a new day. Oh, how I love you. Every day's a new day. Oh, how I love you. I love you. Point your finger. Grateful.
Yay!
What's up? On my best New York accent. What's up?
Awesome in your New York accent. We have his English accent.